Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are you sitting around your place and you're worried about Christmas? Because there's a week left to go until Christmas and you haven't found any Christmas gifts. You spent countless hours looking online and you just still haven't found that perfect gift. And you love vintage and mid-century modern items and you want to find something that relates to both your passions and something that that person will love. Well, today, you're in luck. As you see the Christmas tree behind me, I am going to show you in the video the best 3 places to get vintage and mid-century modern Christmas gifts when we are in a crunch, because we only have a week to go left till Christmas. Now, if you're like me, you're like, man, Christmas really snuck up on us. Like, I still haven't found any of my gifts. And if that's you, please continue watching this video from start to end, because I give you some really good tips on how to get vintage and mid-century modern Christmas gifts for cheap. And we all know we love to save money. But like always, if you can, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. Let's go. So the first place, and sorry for clapping in the camera, but the first place that I usually go and that I've gone to find vintage and mid-century modern late Christmas gifts is the thrift store. Now, you're probably judging me, but please let me explain. Now, normally when I'm looking for vintage and mid-century modern items, I go to all the thrift stores and I pretty much get lucky, so to speak. So I'm going to what is it, breadth over depth. So that means I'm going to several, spending maybe 5 to 10 minutes trying to get the highlights, trying to see if they have anything that I like, and then I'm in and out. Well, for this situation, when you're looking for that special gift for somebody at the thrift store, I think it's important not to go to the big box thrift stores such as Goodwill, Salvation Army, maybe St. Vincent de Paul, but maybe go to your local thrift stores that aren't in a lot of locations. Now, I usually go to these smaller thrift stores because they tend to be not as mainstream. And to be honest, people don't really know about them as much as they do when it comes to Goodwill, Salvation Army, and things like that. So because of this, you are able to find deals. You are able to find cool, unique items that you normally wouldn't find at these big box thrift stores. So now, when going to these smaller thrift stores, here are some things to look for that may serve as amazing Christmas gifts. So the first thing that I usually look for is glassware, and that's Pyrex, Corningware, and if you can find a whole set at the thrift store, perfect. Buy the set, give that as a gift. Trust me, people always need glassware, and especially as people are redoing their homes and giving open shelves, these look good on these open shelves. So great gift idea there. While also in these thrift stores, I'm looking for vintage teas because that's been popping. I'm also looking for just vintage furniture. I know that may be hard to find in these thrift stores, but they are out there. I found some Bassett dressers. I found some Danish teak side tables. I found all of that in these small local thrift stores. And since you are shopping at a thrift store, you're going to get a discount in comparison to some of these bigger stores that are selling these items for $200, $300, $400, $500. So now that we've talked about thrift stores, please stay tuned. I'm telling you, I have 3 more crazy tips for these 2 more locations that will save you tons of money. So please stay tuned. So now that we talked about the first place, the second place that I would go to find vintage and mid-century modern Christmas gifts for cheap is estate sales. Now, I know you're telling me, MCM Hunter, it's late. We only got a week, but I am seeing some estate sales going on through this week, because when it comes to this weekend, they're not open because it's Christmas. So go out there, get online, search estate sales near me, and you will find some through this week. Now, I like estate sales because some of the gifts that they have there, or some of the items that they have there, are vintage and they've been preserved because these are people's personal properties. A lot of times people take care of these items because they're theirs and they paid the money back then. They paid the thousands of dollars back then. So estate sales are a good place because the items are most of the time preserved very well. Tips for estate sales: number 1, get there early on Sunday. It is 50% off. Basically, you get your best deals if you're the first person there on the cheapest day. Second tip, please, 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 please look high and low. There are things hiding in all the nooks and crannies because they're usually in people's houses. And so who knows where they're hiding different things. And 3, always ask the estate sales, is this their best offer? Most of the times you can make deals. If you bundle tons of items, you can make deals. You get not only 50% off, but an additional 15, 20% off if you say, I want to take all these items, or if you bundle together. The last stop that I would suggest for going to get cheap Christmas vintage items last minute is antique stores. Now, please stay tuned. I will give you the best tips to get deals cheap at antique stores, but please stay tuned to the end of the video. Now, regarding antique stores, I love shopping at antique stores because they have a diversity, a ton of items ranging from collectibles to furniture. For instance, you can find a Star Wars toy here, or you can find a Broyhill Brasilia set here. It just does not matter. They have everything in antique stores. Now you're probably looking at me and saying, MCM Hunter, I feel you on the antique stores, but there aren't deals in there. I mean, I can go in there and get some things, but I won't get anything for cheap. And that's where I stop you there, because you can get deals in an antique store, especially during Christmas time. And I would know because I have a booth at the antique store. So, tips for shopping at an antique store for Christmas items during and toward the late end of December. Number 1, I hate to say this because this may sound a bit last minute, but the closer you get to Christmas, the better deal you'll get at the antique store. Most of the time, antique booth dealers will put certain percentages off, and they'll go higher and higher percentages. For instance, they'll start at 20% and go 50% the closer they get to Christmas, because they want to sell items. It's the end of the year. It's for Christmas. They want to sell a bunch of items so they can bring some more items in. So the longer you wait, I know this is very procrastination station of me. The longer you wait till Christmas, the better deal you'll get. Now, I will caveat and say, check your antique store's hours around Christmas. Most of them probably will close that Wednesday or Thursday before, but check in these antique stores on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm telling you, you're going to see deals galore. Trust me. And deals galore leads me to my second point, my second tip. When looking through these antique stores, try to find the blue, white, red, yellow, whatever stickers that give a percentage off in these booths. Like I said, it's toward the end of the year, so I would anticipate majority of these booths to have these flashing 15, 20, 30% off. And check those booths out. Look high and low, because there's probably something in the back that you're like, this is a good price. And then you get an additional 30% off. So that is the best tip on how do you get deals in an antique store. But wait, there's more. Last tip for getting smoking deals at an antique store is when you find something, you're like, okay, I got it. I'm ready to go to the front. I got 20% off. Always ask the cashier, is that the best price? Majority of the time, it's not. Some of these vendors build in a 15% buffer. So if you get up and something costs $100 and you're like, do you know if they'll take $85 for it? Majority of the time, they will. Now, that is like one secret hush-hush tip that I don't tell a lot of people, but we have a lot of room, because I would know, because I'm a vendor, we have a lot of room. And if you're asking, if you want a deal, like I said, it's the end of the month, and people probably will sell it to move it. So now that I've showed you the best places to get late vintage and MCM Christmas gift ideas, which are a thrift store, antique store, and estate sales, just always remember, Christmas is about the spirit. It's about the love, the laughter, and the joy, and not always about the presents, but it's the thought that counts. And you giving a gift that shows, your passions is super important. And if you saw this video and you want to learn more about like specific gifts, I know I gave a little bit, but if you want to know about specific gifts that will appeal well, please stay tuned, subscribe, turn on the post notification. I have a video coming out that shows the best Christmas gifts for under $20. You don't want to miss that. And if you are interested in my thought process of going to these thrift stores, check out this video below. This is me going into the world's largest thrift store, I think. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. If you can, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and like always, peace.